What's up, and welcome back to Interpreting the Stars, where today we're taking a look at Die Hard in an airplane. It's Air Force One. This 1997 action film is one that I've actually grown up with. It's either one of the first, or actually the first R-rated film that I've ever seen. And I actually think it's the first Gary Oldman film that I've seen. There's a lot of Die Hard clones out there, even Die Hard in an airplane clones out there. But this actually might take the cake as the best one, I'm not sure. I might even like it more than Die Hard, believe it or not. So let's gather together in our snuggery and let's get cracking. This review is brought to you by the word of the day, snuggery. A cozy or comfortable place, especially somebody's private room or den. Air Force One stars Harrison Ford as the President of the United States, a man who is dedicated to not giving in to terrorist demands, but rather following a deeply moral code of ethics, all of which is put to the test when a group of Russian terrorists hijack Air Force One, which holds not only the President, but his wife and daughter too, who they plan to use as leverage to get what they want. Can the President stay firm in his beliefs, or will he bend to the terrorists' will with all the turbulence going on? What a fun movie, and of course it's really hard to watch it without thinking Die Hard, especially because that's essentially what it is. And yet I might even like it more than Die Hard because it came out around a decade after Die Hard, so technical advances weren't so hard to come by. Plus, I think I like Harrison Ford's character as the President a little bit more. He's really good. I mean, Bruce Willis, he's great too. He was a great unassuming character because he was just this New York cop with hidden layers of greatness, but Harrison Ford isn't an unassumingly great character. You expect him to be great because he's the president, and he is great, and more than great because of the actions that he takes. This film kicks off with a bang and constantly takes steps that would be considered bold in 1997, and they still feel really fresh in 2020, and it all translates rather well for a modern audience, especially in a divided era like today. There's a level of patriotic morality in this film that we can all take a lesson from. This isn't just, the president killing a bunch of terrorists to kill a bunch of terrorists, even though it might feel like that looking back several years after not seeing it for a while. But the movie itself does have a lot of messages about giving in because of politics and how things appear, because that's really important to bureaucrats. And Harrison Ford's character is sick of it. He's sick of it all. There's a short speech at the beginning of the film that tells you everything that you need to know about who his character is and where he stands in terms of being a good man. And I can't help but think the casting in this film, again, much like Die Hard, was spot on. I wouldn't recast a soul in this film, but obviously Harrison Ford, Gary Oldman, they both stand out as very good. Gary Oldman was always able to just jump into any given role and challenge himself to just go above and beyond. And his Russian terrorist character is nightmare-inducing. There's just so much vile and hate spewing out of his mouth that you truly believe that that's not Gary Oldman. That's a Russian terrorist, and all of these characters on this plane are in mortal danger because of him. I remember watching this movie as a kid and immediately going back and starting the movie all over again just to watch the audio commentary. Because I liked the movie so much, and I actually almost never listened to audio commentary. But even the commentary was a lot of fun in this movie, if I remember correctly. What about the film is bad? Without a doubt, it would have to be the visuals. They sparingly use CGI, like the exterior shots of the planes, for instance, and you can simply see where the graphics aren't all there. They tried doing a lot of this stuff at night, which helps some, but you can't completely get away from it. This is the mid-90s that we're talking about, and the 90s weren't exactly known for their CGI visuals. But what's nice about the visuals is that even though the CGI was sometimes bad, the movie also had very good sense of production design, since Air Force One was a character itself. Throughout watching the movie, you really do get a good sense of the plane's design, and if you were to take a tour of that plane, I feel like you would really be able to know where you're going. To me, that's great production design. I couldn't tell you, if I went to Nakatomi Plaza, I'd know exactly where I was going based off of the events of the film. I would be able to pick apart the skyscraper from others, but that's it. Also, Air Force One has a few subtly great uses of cinematography, editing, and the music by Jerry Goldsmith is wonderful. That soundtrack, in fact, is the first thing that you hear in the film, and it's just enough to get your gears rolling. Let's quickly take a look at the final score for a second. This is a film that has a lot to give with both its political messages as well as its high-octane, tense action scenes. The visuals sometimes didn't work out the best, so that's why my unbiased score isn't perfect at 84%. But this is a movie that I truly, truly love. I would rewatch it, I would buy it at full price, I would recommend it to others. It's one of Harrison Ford's best. The action is insane. All of this adds up to the fact that my bias score is a perfect 100%. Averaging the two scores together, we get a final score of 92%, 92 out of 100 possible stars, granting Air Force One with a letter grade of A-, which means, ladies and gents, that I did in fact score it higher than Die Hard by 3%. And truthfully, I think that mostly has to do with technical areas, because that's hardly a difference in rating. I would like to hear what you guys have to say about Air Force One in the comments down below. Is this a fun, exciting action film in your opinion? Would you vote for Harrison Ford for president? Let me know below. As for YouTube, you know what to do. Hit the subscribe button if you like this review, because there's more like it coming out. Hit the thumbs up button, because that always helps out my channel. And don't forget about the little bell icon, because that'll help notify you when I come out with my next review. And until then, peace out!